1971 to 1974. Strat-O-Matic Excel Carryover League. Brought to you by the Shrimp Trawler.
Game 499, Red Sox at Yankees. Welcome back, baseball fans. 1971-74 Carryover League. We have a round in the race to the pennant in the first round of the tournament. Race to the pennant, post All-Star break, pre-playoffs that I play in August until playoffs in September. We have a series between the Red Sox and the Yankees to play today. Let's just start with the tasks of each of the squads in this battle. So here we are. There's 7 games theoretically left. Boston finds themselves 4 games behind the Yankees. Ouch, with 7 to play. Some unfortunate math. A best of 7 is no good. Even 5 out of 7 is no good because there'll still be a game away. And you can only use the tiebreaker, which Boston has, if it's tied within a half a game. So, unfortunately, these Red Sox, who are 4 games back, need to win 6 of the 7 games to be a comfortable game ahead of the Yankees. Now, has that happened? Well, if you recall, a week ago or so, in the race for the title, the Expos, who were a +4 tiebreaker versus the Tigers and 3 games ahead of them, they lost 6 out of 7. And the Tigers chased them and got them out of there. So it has happened. And recently. But it's a different set of teams here. Can the Red Sox theoretically beat the Yankees 6 out of 7 times? Well, let's see what happened in Game 1. Game 1, Yankee Stadium. It is Bill Lee versus Mel Stottlemyre. And this thing gets off to a strange start. Top of the first inning, we get a walk, a stolen base, a strikeout, a single. Guy gets cut down at the plate, and a single. Three of the 5 Red Sox reach, nobody scores. Bottom half of the inning, we get a ground out, a single. A single, guy gets thrown out of third base, an error, a walk, a double, guy gets thrown out at the plate. Yankees get 1 out, 2 singles, a double, a walk, and reach on an error and score twice. In a bizarre first inning there. They would add another run in the second inning on the dreaded bases-loaded walk off of Bill Lee, who's really having a rough year and a rough time right now for the Red Sox. It got worse in the third inning. Singles, an RBI single by Roy White, a sac fly by Elliot Maddox, another 2-out single by Munson. We were kind to leave Lee in on the premise that they might come back and win. In the fifth inning, a couple things. Stottlemyre got that DH injury. So when that happens, I put the point of weakness on him immediately and try and get him out of 5 innings, which is what I did. But not before, with 2 outs in the top half of the 5th inning, Tommy Harper with a 3-run homer. He was the lone all-star for the Red Sox, leading the American League and the Major Leagues in stolen bases. It's a 6-3 game. The Red Sox have hope, but in the bottom of the 6th inning, that same Tommy Harper makes a 2-base error. Elliot Maddox knocks him in. Too little, too late in the 9th inning. After a leadoff triple and an RBI single, Sparky Lyle gets a strikeout and a ground out. That's right, not the Red Sox Sparky Lyle, the Yankees Sparky Lyle. He went from the Red Sox to the Yankees during this time. And the Yankees beat the Red Sox 7-4. And that means that the Red Sox now have to win 6 in a row against the Yankees. But there's more problems afoot in the American League. Let's look at the overall standings now. Good time to do that, and you'll see the dilemma here we have. So after getting that win and increasing the gap from 4 games to 5 games here, the Yankees are now 19-13. They are now tied with Baltimore at 19-13 and the Expos at 19-13. So, the best the Yankees could do if they want to get in second place is win this game and be 20-13 and be done with the series. Because if Boston wins this game, they're not going to be able to catch the Orioles because they might still be 6 over 500 if the Yankees win the third game, but they would lose the percentage points tiebreaker there. And so, but there's an even bigger issue here. The even bigger issue, let's go over here for a moment. Let me just say the Yankees are 6 over 500 just to kind of show you the bigger problem. Right now, I said the Yankees are 6 over 500. Let's say it ends up that way. If they're 6 over 500, the 4 teams in the American League North and East, Baltimore, the Yankees, Cleveland, the Expos, this is how many games they are. They are, in this series, are 12 over 500, and in this one, 13 over 500. These would be best of 5s, but the problem is you would have to get a sweep by those teams so that the losing team can only be 3 games over 500, because the other 4 teams in the American League can't really get to 3 games over 500. Seattle, in this round, can only get to -1 if they beat the Twins 4 straight. California, same thing. They can get to -1. The Twins could win 2 straight and get to 3 over 500. That's the only team that's got a shot. Otherwise, these 4 teams, their postseason dreams are going down the toilet. That would be the Seattle Mariners, Minnesota Twins, Milwaukee Brewers, and California. All 4 of those teams have their hopes and dreams on the Boston Red Sox today, folks. That's how dire this has become. Yes, the Boston Red Sox is representing a 4th of the American League plus themselves in an attempt to beat the New York Yankees. And then hope the Yankees get swept in the next round of the tournament. So that's what we have today, folks. A Game 2 in Yankee Stadium. They just need to win a game to eliminate Boston and send them into a top 10 pick in the draft. Let's see. Boston would have a top 10 first-round pick in the 75 draft. Who would they pick? Let me think. Who would 1975? Top 10, top pick. Who would the... I don't know. I just don't know. Okay. All right, so today's pitching matchup, Boston has decided to finally give Roger Moret the start today. He was actually very good in 71, 4-3 with a 2.92 ERA, but they have had him in the bullpen for most of the year while starting John Curtis. They flipped that because they want to give Moret a start and see what they got in the guy. And the Yankees will send Doc Medich out there. Doc, 14-9 with a 2.91 ERA in 1973. And so, that's your battle from Yankee Stadium. Red Sox, Yankees. Let's get rolling here. Leading off for the Red Sox, it's Tommy Harper. 53, rolls back to the mound. Rick Miller, 66, double 1 to 7, is a base hit. B Steeler, but you got Munson with a -3 arm. Carlton Fisk, 1-3, is hit by the pitch. 2 on for Yastrzemski. 38 for Yaz is a base hit to left field. Miller's going to try and score because you got Roy White with a poor arm in left field, and he scores. And Fisk holds at second. First and second, 1 out for Rico Petrocelli. Flies to shallow right field, and with 2 outs, Larry Stahl pops to second. But the Red Sox have a lead. Bottom of 1, it's Roy White. 2-9, grounds to short. Mike Hirschberger, 67's a K. Elliot Maddox, 2-7's a walk. And with 2 outs, it's Bobby Mercer. 2-8, grounds to second base. Top of 2, it's John Kennedy. 2-8, that's a base hit. Hal King, 2-7's a K. Doug Griffin, 112, flies to left. And with 2 outs, Tommy Harper, 68, flies to center field. The other possible insult in all of this is that the Red Sox beat the Yankees 4-3 first time around, but they're currently tied after playing 8 games, and the Yankees could end up winning the season series by winning today and winning 5 of 9. It'll be Greg Nettles, 310K. Gene Alley, 36, is a single to left field. Munson, 12. You get a +3 on the weak arm of Tommy Harper. Most teams like to, pass go and collect their $200, and they like to go coast to coast, and he advances on an 8. So you got runners on the corners for Horace Clark. 410 short X. This is John Kennedy, a 3-32 at short, but a 3 shortstop at single ... and we are tied. Runners in the corners for Fred Kendall. They're going to bring it up with 1 out. Try and keep it tied. 48 is a walk, and Moret's not doing well now. You got Roy White. Now they're going to play back home for a double play. 67's a strikeout. And Mike Hirschberger, 49. And there it is, your dreaded bases loaded walk. Second game in a row, the Yankees get a base loaded walk in the second inning to take a lead. 2-1, Elliot Maddox. 410, short X. Here's our boy again, the 3-32 shortstop, and this time it's not a single, it's an error. Oh boy. Heads were going to roll this off season in Boston. They have just got to retool this team. They are playing terrible this year. After being very, very good the last couple years. You know who's gone, folks? Reggie Smith. They traded him to the Cardinals. And Sonny Siebert's gone too. 2 very great players, and now Boston's in trouble here. Bobby Mercer, 6-12, pitcher. 3-1, into the third. Rick Miller leads off. 46 is a single. Carlton Fisk, 67's a K. Yastrzemski, 311, pops out, and with 2 outs, it's Petrocelli. 47 is a strikeout. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Munson, 2-2, short. Greg Nettles, 2-5. He rolls to first, and Gene Alley. The 2 Genes, Gene Alley and Gene Michael, are playing shortstop this season. 2 veteran shortstops with plenty of postseason experience. 2-8 is a pop to second. All right, into the fourth, 3-1. Boston's got to get their offense going here. Larry Stahl, 2-12. Larry Stahl was a Padre free agent they got. And they just tried to add extra lefties into this lineup against Doc Medich, who's much better against righties. John Kennedy, 6'11", left X. Roy White's 2-0. And he makes a catch. And with 2 outs, it's Hal King, another left-handed bat they acquired in the offseason, who bounces to second base. All the wrong moves for the Red Sox. Bottom of the fourth, Horace Clark. 1-7, bounce to short. Fred Kendall, 2-3, pops to third. Roy White, 35, walks. And White, you got Fisk with a -3 arm as well, so he'll stay there. Hirschberger, 37's a walk. Boy, these Yankees, I'm telling you folks, they're much better than the timeline would suggest. I know, the late '70 Bronx Bombers, but they didn't always play great Strat-O-Matic, those Bronx Bombers. Their defense was kind of weird. They had a lot of hits, but not a lot of walks. And anyway, Elliot Maddox, 2-8, grounds are short. I mean, you got Ron Blomberg not playing today, for instance. And you had 329. So, I mean, yeah, and you got this incredible Yankee pitching staff. Stottlemyre, Peterson, Medicine, McAndrew, McDaniel, Kekich, Fred Bean, and Sparky Lyle. Everybody but Kekich is an ERA below 3, which is fascinating for this team. Top of the fifth. And it'll be Doug Griffin. 2-4, bounce to short. Tommy Harper, 49 is a walk. I'm going to steal a base. I don't care what's his name's arm is. And what's his name just threw him out stealing. Well, you know, only live twice, only live once. Harper gets gunned down trying to pad his league-leading stolen base total in a meaningless to him game. Rick Miller, 37, is a strikeout. 3-1 Yankees, bottom of the 5th. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
All right. Roger Moret doing okay at 1 bad inning, lost control. Bottom of the 5th, it's Mercer. 2-6. Let's take a look at the Bobby Mercer card. All-Star with this 71 card. Every year it's been in the league. It's a 333 card, and he hits 333 every year with it as well. Incredibly consistent with this card, hasn't slumped, and he has helped the Yankees, you know, in 2 of the last 3 years make the playoffs. So I'm assuming they make the playoffs this year. 2-6, single one to 16, and of course he gets it on the nose. Munson, 67 is a strikeout. Greg Nettles, 1-5 is triple one, base hit. On the corners, you got to bring it up for Gene. Tornado Alley. 52 is a sac fly to left field. And with runner at first and 2 outs, it's Horace Clark. 48 is a walk. 2 on, 2 outs for Fred Kendall. 3-6, let's take a look at the Fred Kendall card. He was a Padre in 1972, minding his own business, hitting .216 for those Padres, and the Yankees said, why don't you come to New York? And they got him because they needed a first baseman against lefties and a backup catcher for Munson, and Kendall can do that. As a matter of fact, he hits probably around 270 against lefties and about 180 against righties. So it's like a marriage made in heaven, folks. 3-6 is a single to center field for Kendall. Nettles, a 13, 14, 15 runner against the -2 armor Miller. He's going to run, and he's going to score on a 4. Horace Clark scoots over to third base as well. Well, runners on the corners with 2 outs for Roy White. 1-6, let's take a look at Roy White. What a year in 71. 19 homers, a .292 average, and 86 walks. Just a great leadoff hitter. His only negative quality is his throwing arm. He just had a weak throwing arm, but otherwise he's got all the other tools you need. He's a 4 out of 5 tool guy, I guess you could say. 1-6, triple one to 4. Hits the 4. That is a base clearing triple. Thank you. Or a 2-run triple. Thank you, Roger Moret, for that start. And that'll do it for him. So that didn't work, as the Yankees are leading 7-1. Moret's going to leave after 4 2/3 dismal innings. And this is like a funeral dirge here in Yankee Stadium for the rest of the American League, as the Twins have just saw their only path is to win that division now. The wild cards seem to be locked up, so there's only one path in those other divisions, it seems. Bobby Boleyn will come on in the 5th inning with a runner in third at 2 outs. Boleyn missed a couple of years with injury, I think, and then he came back to the Red Sox in 73, 53 innings and a .270 ERA as a comeback kind of dude there. He'll face Mike Hirschberger. 69, pops to first. Doc Medich with a 7-1 lead into the 6th we go. It's Carlton Fisk. 37 Ks. Yastrzemski, 2-5. Second. Rico Petrocelli, 38 walk. And with 2 outs, it's Larry Stahl, 2-6, grounds to first base. Boleyn will continue into the bottom of the 6th. Elliot Maddox, 66, is a pop to short. Bobby Mercer, 6'10", third X. The third baseman is a 2-11. And Munson, 48, is a K. I think they're gonna let Fred Kendall finish the game as catcher. They're gonna put a good defensive first baseman, Tom Hutton, in there. He can go in Munson's spot for the moment, as they prepare for the celebration in the Yankee clubhouse, it would seem. Yep, no more defense to bring in. 9 outs to get, 7-1 lead. Doc Medich wants to pitch. He just needs innings. He's the Maytag repairman. Well, actually, he's not. He's the number 3 starter. McAndrew's the Maytag repairman. But, yeah. John Kennedy leads off in the 7th. 56, double on the 4. Flies out on a 7. Hal King, 65, strikes out. Doug Griffin, 612, skies to right field. Stretch time here in Yankee Stadium. We are enjoying Glad to Be Unhappy. Paul Desmond, the dulcet tones of Mr. Desmond here in his own solo work in the post-Brubeck era, of course. Let's throw this down. Taste of Honey. The classic. Alternate version. Paul Desmond. The sax. Bottom of the 7th. Bolin will leave. And Chuck Seelbach will come in for the Red Sox to get some work in, it would seem, in a 7-1 game. Greg Nettles. 311. Strikes out. Gene Alley, 57. Single 1 and 2. Gets it. Horace Clark, 1-6 is a walk. Fred Kendall, 47 is a K. And 2 outs, it's Roy White. 56, short X. Our boy, the shortstop, a 2-base error on the shortstop. What a day that guy's had, huh? An error, a single, and a 2-base error. Nice job. I think John Kennedy's not coming back next year, I would say. 8-1, 2 outs. Hirschberger, he wants to keep playing. All these part-time Yankees are like, yeah, we want to keep playing, sure. Like Hirschberger, Gene Alley, Fred Kendall. And it's vacation time for Stick Michael and Ron Bloomberg and company. Hirschberger, 1-5. Now we got to look at it. 1-5 for Mike Hirschberger. 71 White Sox who hit 260 and 177 at-bats. Double 1 and 9 is a single dot. That will plate 2 more Yankees. Elliot Maddox, 68 is a single. 2 on, 2 outs for Bobby Mercer. 69, triple 1 to 5, single dot. Now you're just showing off. Runners in the corners, 2 outs for Tom Hutton, who came in for Munson. 59 rolls to second base. And that inning is finally over. Stop gloating there, Desmond. There you go. All right, you guys got it. You got it. It's 11-1. It turned out this way. Medich is going to go for a complete game, though. Tommy Harper in the 8th. 55, triple 108 is a triple. Playing back for Rick Miller. 53, first C, that run will score. 8-2, 11-2, excuse me. Fisk, 59, short X. This is Gene Alley at 326. Makes the play, and with 2 outs. Yes, it'll be Yastrzemski. 63, pitcher X. And Medich is a E31. A GBC on the E31 pitcher. Every break you could get. Okay. Bottom of the 8th. We're going to let Ted Abernathy pitch the 8th inning. He was an off-season acquisition when they thought that only adding a great closer like that would help the Red Sox. In 72, he was 3-4 with a 1.71 ERA in 58 innings. He'll come back next year, though. Maybe next year will be Boston's year. In the 8th, it'll be Greg Nettles leading off. 68 pops to second. Gene Alley, 2-8, pops to short. Horace Clark, 49 is a walk. Fred Kendall, 1-2, is hit by the pitch. 2 on for Roy White. I'm telling you, folks, these Yankees get on base, they get runs. Yeah, and they're beating the tar out of the Red Sox. Another walk for Roy White. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bases on balls today. Mike Hirschberger, 2-6, bases loaded walk. 12-2. Elliot Maddox, 1-7, base hit center field. You got to go coast to coast here. No running. Bobby Mercer, 1-9, double 1, single dot. Have to go 2 bases there. Runners in the corners in a 15-2 game for Tom Hutton. I hope a brawl doesn't break out. Fly ball to right. Frankly, in this era, there's no reason to. None of these teams have much hardware to show for it, so yeah. 15-2 in the ninth. Strat-O-Matic going for the CG. Bullpen is playing High Chicago Guts or something, yeah, or Tonk or something in the club out in the bullpen there. Rico Petrocelli, 5'10", catcher's card. 3E6 for Fred Kendall, and he makes the play. Is there any... Oh, you know what? Well, batting for Larry Stahl, it'll be Dwight Evans. Give him one more swing this year. Let's take a look at Dwight Evans. We thought his arrival would be the change of the guard. It turns out that he's not Reggie Smith, folks. He'll get there. He definitely will get there. But in '74, he hit .281 with 10 home runs. This Red Sox team just lacks the punch they once had. The pitch to Dwight Evans. 4-11. Rolls to first, and with 2 outs, who wants to bat? John Kennedy's up. Oh, that sounds like a pinch hitter to me. Yeah, he doesn't get to bat one more time. We'll go with Mike Andrews, who actually left the Red Sox for the White Sox in '71. Hit .282 with 12 homers here. And this would be his final at-bat in a Red Sox uniform. Who knows what will happen to Andrews. He might be near retirement by this point. Pitch to Mike Andrews. 6'10" off Medic. Third X, the Gold Glover. Greg Nettles, 1/16. Actually, can't be a Gold Glover if Brooks Robinson's the American League. But anyway, that is an inning-ending ground out for Mike Andrews. And so, did the Red Sox help out the rest of the American League, those other 4 teams? Resoundingly no. And now they are public enemy number 1 is the Boston Red Sox, hated by the Twins, hated by the Mariners, hated by the Angels, and hated by the Milwaukee Brewers for folding up like a cheap suit in 2 rather uninteresting games against the Yankees. Wow, let's do the box on this one. And then we can do a preview right while there's extra time, apparently. I've only played 2 games today, so I can do some gardening outside or something. Strat-O-Matic gets that complete game victory, 5 hits, 2 runs in the first and 8th inning, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. Good effort for him. Abernathy in the 8th was awful. 1, 2 hits, 4 runs, and 4 walks. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Seelbach, oh, he was bad too. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits and 4 runs. A walk and 2 Ks. 2 earned. Inning and a third for Boleyn. Struck out a batter. And a terrible start for Roger Moret. 7 hits and 7 runs. And 6 earned. 6 walks. Dreadful. Just terrible. 4 strikeouts. For the Yankees, 1009, 0108, 15-13-25. 15-13-25. 3-6, 11-7, 11-7, 3-6. Red Sox put 8 men on base. The Yankees put 24 men on base in this game. So, before you call the Yankees a paper or such and such or shout some expletives, we have to go to the stats. All you Yankee haters out there. And I tell you, this is a Yankee team that would not normally create haters. I could see. I mean, they just don't have a roster of guys you despise. I mean, you know, they don't have those Bronx Zoo guys here, you know. Billy Martin's not here. We're making Ralph Houck look good, I think. This is just the Ralph Houck era. Or the Hal King era, or something like that. Let's start with Boston. 13-18 finish. They hit .224. How can a team that plays its home games in Fenway Park hit .224? Had a .365 ERA, which is pretty good there. Actually, Louis Tiant was 4-3. Pitched well. His team didn't give him enough support. Bill Lee was awful, 3-6. We had 8 homers to lead. Fisk and Yaz, of course, their 2 best hitters, did no support, nobody behind them. Nobody else doing anything for Boston. And the Yankees, they do steal second place, and they have changed the math in the American League. 20-13. Wow. 2 teams 7 over 500 and 2 teams 6 over 500. Hunting for only 2 wild card spots. That's some good baseball. 248 for the Yankees with a 3.33 ERA. Sparky Lyle's got 11 saves to pace all of baseball. Mel Stottlemyre 7-2. Not a lot of power for the Yankees, as you might think. That makes sense. Roy White leads the leadoff hitter, has 6 home runs to lead this team. Mercer, he's 43 for 128. Yeah, he's still hitting 333, right? 336. It's like 331 to 339. He's gonna be in there this whole time he's using this card. That is a 2-0 series win. So let's just plug this in now, since we know. Boston needed a 6-1. Yeah, right. Yankees got a 2-0. Yankees are 20-13. Boston finishes their campaign 13-18. And that means that the Yankees now slide into second place in the American League East. And Baltimore, the 71 American League World Series representative, started this round. This is what I'm telling you. This is why we play a tournament, folks. Baltimore started this round in first place. They got knocked down in the second place. Now they just got knocked down in the third place. Fortunately, they don't have to worry about fourth. Here we are. I guess the Indians would be sitting at 5 by percentage points. The Yankees would be sitting at 6. But the point is, the Yankees are 7 over 500. So when we look at the next round of this tournament, and I think I can compute this right now, and this is not going to work very well. This is the Yankees here. They're 7 over, and then Baltimore's here. Well, the Orioles might appreciate playing Cleveland versus the Expos. So there you have it. So these are your second place teams and your third place teams in the American League, okay? Yankees and Cleveland are 7 over 500, while the Twins are a game over 500, and the Angels are 5 games under 500. And these are your third place teams. This is how they drew it. I mean, these two divisions, the East and North, did not play at all before the All-Star break, so they play in this tournament. Same with the Wests. But looking at the math, the Yankees and/or Cleveland would have to sweep the Expos or Orioles, so that the Expos or Orioles would just be 3 games over 500. Meanwhile, the Angels can't get to 3 games over 500. The Brewers, we could say Milwaukee needs a 5-0. We're going to change the... Milwaukee needs to win 5 in a row against California to get to 3 games over 500. And even that might not be good enough. And in this series here, Seattle, they have no shot, right? Seattle has no shot, because even if they beat the Twins 4-1, they still be game under. So Minnesota would have to win this series 2-0. Twins would have to win this series 2-0 to get to 3 over 500. And of course, beyond that, the Twins would not be permitted to play any more baseball against Seattle, because they would have already beat them head-to-head. So they have to win the first 2 games to get to 3 over 500 and hope there are sweeps. It's not going to happen. I mean, I guess mathematically it could happen, but you need only 1 sweep, right? Only one of these 2 series needs to be a sweep, while Minnesota and Milwaukee need to also win that number of games. And the Western teams, who are 5 under 500, have no business even being here. So they get to play more baseball, but they have no shot of going to the 3rd round of the tournament. That's it today. Break up your New York Yankees, a simple 2-0 sweep of the Boston Red Sox. Second place is temporarily theirs. Thanks for checking this out, and we'll see you next time.